Hi and welcome to episode 7 of TOT Presents video podcast. Last episode clocked up over 1,000 views, featuring Written in Red and Lee Saunders. You can contact us on Instagram, Facebook, or email us on totpresentsworthing@gmail.com. We're always looking for local musicians, producers, venues to come in and talk about particularly grassroots original music, but we also feature artists and other local events. This month we are going to be reviewing gigs at the Factory, B&O Evil, the Dickens, soon to be rebranded BuNker 11, and also Cellar Arts. And this month we are chatting to local musicians Matt Bonnner and Scott Timmington, who's performs as Tim Timmington, and we have got Oscar and Harry talking about the journey of the Dickens over the last 18 months and the fact that we're going to rebrand the Dickens.
Revamped into BuNker 11.
BuNker 11.
When's that actually?
Well, this Saturday. This
Saturday is the first BuNker 11.
This Saturday we're doing a fundraiser for this podcast, and we are branding it as BN11.
It won't be this Saturday.
Well, we won't have the signage up, but we are going to be.
It won't be this Saturday because this isn't going out before Saturday.
Well, I know, but this Saturday. But for everyone else, anyway, it would have been 3 weeks ago because we are Time Lords, as you know.
Okay. And also, there's going to be a short review of the Worthing Festival. I'll be giving a review of some of my time there. Yep,
I was there. We kind of covered it between us, didn't we?
We covered most of the Saturday.
I was there kind of midday till 5, and then
I was there sort of 5:30 till 9 o'clock
till the end. Yeah. So we missed about half an hour, but we'll chip in on that.
So I don't know if people know out there, there's a thing called Defining 10 down at the Cellar once a month, where Luther has not local, but well-known musicians, and they talk about 10 of their defining tracks in their life. And the last two have been, I go to most of them. We had Dave Barbarossa of Adam and the Ants and Bow Wow Wow and Republica, and he was a very interesting character.
Very engaging. Yeah.
And also we had last week there was Graham Massey of 808 State, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and he had a DJ set, and it was quite interesting because he's quite known as 808 State, and there was quite a lot of techno heads, and he was mainly talking about jazz early on, and I think it threw some of them. He certainly wasn't playing jazz when he did his set later, but there was certainly some people a bit confused when he's playing gong and Sun Ra and things like that. They weren't quite expecting that, but he played what they expected later. That was a fantastic evening.
Yeah, really engaging.
Both and the next one coming up is Edgar Broughton from the Edgar Broughton Band, which is quite a bit older, but again, it's going to be a fantastic night.
Yeah, I think it's part of what Luther's been building over the.
They're all brilliant. I go to all of them, and they're all, even if you don't know the person, the stories are great.
Okay, so also this month we're doing quick reviews of some other gigs. So I went to African Head Charge at the Factory Live. That was on the 17th of May. It was amazing, great vibe, really great crowd, quite busy. Lead singer was brilliant, so personable. Bless him, he literally just landed from, I think, Ghana that day. Got off the plane, probably got a taxi here. He didn't actually know where he was. I don't mean that in a rude way. He literally didn't know he was in Worthing, but he was so humble as a performer and so engaging, and really won the crowd over. Another great original gig by the Factory. Then on the 3rd of June, I was lucky on a Tuesday gig, who would know, to go to B&O Evil. They do monthly gigs on a Tuesday, and it was Hannah Rose Platt playing as a duo, semi-acoustic, just great originals and some really quirky covers as well. And I believe she's coming back in the autumn to play at Cellar Arts Club.
They're always good. I've not been to any of those, but they get some quality acts down there.
Really good, I think.
Because Chris Burbridge does a lot of the booking, doesn't he?
And Rob Cast and Chris.
Rob Cast, they do a fantastic job.
Along with the owner, I think, who's Gareth.
Yeah.
Really great. It was full. It was a great little venue, little PA, great sound. Nice beer, nice wine on a Tuesday evening. Then on the 5th of June, I was lucky enough to go and see Dub Pistols with Crafty Cuts DJing, and again that was at the Factory Live. It's a massive Worthing turnout from there. It's just like so many people from Worthing came out and supported that. I think that was on a Thursday, and they were really great
it proves,
live.
doesn't it? Like the subs for the Thursday, people will come out. You can get 150, 200 people out, and if it's the right, it's got to be a band of a decent size. But
with the energy, and they were great. They were kind of, a friend of mine described them as off the cuff with huge energy, and they really enjoyed what you could tell. They really enjoyed what they were doing on stage, which always makes a difference. And Kev, we were going to talk a little bit about
the festival,
the Worthing Festival, which we both went to on the Saturday.
I mean, if you just
year one,
you were at the very early afternoon.
So I saw a little bit of the main stage early, the Schoolfest bands and Audio Active.
Because it was quite family in the early day.
It kind of built. I think it was around 1,000 people when I first arrived, kind of midday, and then kind of I looked around a few hours later and I was thinking, oh, there's about 3,000 people here now. I don't know what the actual head count was.
I tried, but I gave up after 17.
And it was fantastic for year one. Absolutely fantastic. The organisers know that
the atmosphere was great.
There's a few little things that the organisers know that they're going to have to iron out, and I'm not going to mention them because it would detract. Although I kind of just did, but I'm not going to mention specifics because it would detract from the amazing stuff that
I thought the vibe. I mean, I was a bit of a naysayer, to be honest, but I thought the vibe was fantastic.
And I saw a couple of bands in the middle of the afternoon which were just like wow. And I was talking to Mike Palethorpe, like, where have these bands come from? So there was a band called Curls, who were kind of 3-piece punk, all girl band, bass player, and I was talking to Mike and we were saying, men should not be allowed to play the bass guitar because every single band we've seen with a female bass player has just been stunning. And they were great vocals, great drums. I really like them. I'm not quite sure where they're from.
No, I heard about people mentioning them. Yeah.
And then just after them, I think they were running slightly late because there was a little rain shower. I saw table football. I've seen those at the Dickinson.
Well, that must have been about because I caught really the end of there. That was when we
table football.
I saw, and we put them on, and I like table football. They got a post-punk 79, 80.
I kind of stopped in the middle of the afternoon and had some food which was really good. The beer.
The choice of food was good.
And the beer was good. Pint of Shaka, great little cups as well. Love the cups.
There were a few issues. People said the queue for the bar early was pretty bad, but I must admit, when I was there, I had no problems at all. Less than 10 minutes.
You always have to queue up somewhere.
And
for
also,
beers.
I mean, it was the hand brewery, and given that the prices were exactly the same as in the pub.
Yeah, I think
they didn't whack it. Yeah, because a lot of festivals.
It was $6.50 for a pint of Shaka, which is
and a
pub
pint
prices.
Most pints were £5.
£1.50 for a cup, and I've already used the cup 3 or 4 times. So great. And I didn't really see what was going on at the skate park, to be honest, because I saw some of the other stuff, like the
Did you go to the
vegetable salad garden thing?
Yeah, the greenhouse.
The Discovery stage. I saw a couple of really great little acts there. Zoe B was on there, and a few other people.
Yeah, I didn't get into there, but I saw bands in Audio Active after that. The Kick were on, who were not my, but they're sort of quite Oasis-y.
Yeah.
But then on the main stage, You, Me and the Weather, which obviously Ruby first gig played in Worthing quite a while. I finally got to see not a band doing, which I must admit are very entertaining. I'd like to see them with their proper visuals, but they're going to do well in the corporate world, because when you've got people doing the theme tunes, the song, it just goes down so well.
Yeah, I think we're going to have them on a podcast in the autumn. Actually, they've contacted me; they're keen to come on, so I think we'll probably have them September, October on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's say they don't wear their football kit in here, though.
But so I mean, just a big up to the Worthing Festival organisers. They managed to pull off. They got the funding for the second day really late on.
Yeah,
so
that didn't
they were
help.
up against so they had so little time to actually organise the whole event, because I think it was just literally a few weeks in advance they got the.
And I've never seen so many toilets at a festival in my life.
Well,
it's quite impressive, which is best. Not complaining about that, but no,
So
but in general, I think it was people were buzzing, and I know people who went on Sunday where it was a little bit more family orientated. There was more the samba band and choirs, etc. But again, people had a whale of a time. So
I think I wanted to name check a few people, and I'll probably forget, so Kev will jump in. So I know Mike Palethorpe from Northbrook.
And Jen,
kind of put on a lot of the stuff on the main stage. Jen Leff from the Toad was kind of like main perhaps the main driving force behind kind of the fundraising, the organisation, and probably had no sleep. Ant Dickinson, who
I mean, they did a brilliant job. I mean,
Joe Bunn comparing the stage.
Joe comparing is always entertaining.
Sarah Beth, Blue Sky Music, doing the discovery stage, and there's loads of other people.
Loads of people working behind the scenes. I mean, Audio Active run the stage brilliantly all day.
There was volunteers there behind the bar, volunteers doing litter picking, etc., etc. And we've probably forgotten some people who are really instrumental. But
there's a massive tick. I must admit, I did love the growing. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, not many festivals can you go in a greenhouse and play music on tomatoes and mushrooms.
Yeah,
I mean that is quite unique. Alan, who's a good friend, he did a very good job.
Was there any radishes?
There was no radishes. No, he said you can't get the right frequency.
Can't get the right frequency
but
from the radish. So
was
well
very
done.
Busy.
Big well done to Worthing Festival.
Yeah,
big well done. Hello, and Top Presents are really pleased this month to welcome Oscar, who's sound tech and drummer with Bleed Again and Fat Problem and some other bands that I currently have forgotten. Many bands. Hasn't played with Kev that I know, but drums for pretty much everyone else.
We'll get there.
And Harry from Hammerdown All-in-One Management is putting on gigs coming up at the factory and Chalk and Dust in Brighton, which he might mention, and we'll put in the listings later. And obviously, all four of us have been working pretty hard over the last
over a year now.
But I think it kind of kicked off about 18 months ago. It was actually roughly October 2023.
Dark Fest.
When Oscar, who'd been sound teching with us at the place next to Bar 10,
next to 10.
The Ale House Kitchen. We never did name that venue properly, and he was sound teching there, and we got to know Oscar. And then Oscar knew that we were doing this crazy thing called Dartfest, and Oscar messaged me and said, can I put on a metal gig as part of Dartfest in the basement of the Dickens? And I was like, I had no idea what was going on. So I basically said yes. And that was our first
attitude to have,
our first gig at the Dickens. So but the main thing we wanted to say is that we are rebranding the Dickens. Great as it is, but we want to give it a distinct values and because we want to make it really inclusive as much as we can. There are issues there with access for disabled people, but we want to make it as inclusive and welcoming a venue as possible, and we want to give it its own identity. So we're renaming it
BuNker 11.
Yeah,
that wasn't even planned. That was great.
Capital B.
All that rehearsing words.
Yeah, pun intended. BN11.
Capital B, capital N, and 11. BuNker 11, capital B, capital N, 11, BN11. Guess what? The postcode of the pub is BN11.
Some smart people came up with that, eh?
Yeah, that took us...
taking hours of planning.
Yeah, that took us...
lists of AI-generated names.
We bounced a few. Some really bad ideas that we knocked back. Just we're not. That was ridiculous. I won't mention how bad they were, but one sounded like a 90s wine bar. We weren't having that.
Was that?
Don't mention that.
I won't mention it.
No,
don't say it. It's like saying Voldemort.
Yeah, there was some swearing in the group chat. We binned that one. And we've got a logo. We're going to cut the logo into the logo. Jen is going to cut the logo into this video. And then we've kind of grown. And then Harry, you came along to a gig and thought, you know what, I'll have some of that.
He had a really good gig to show up to. The turnout's not always the best, but he came to a really good one.
Did, yeah.
We tricked him into thinking
Which
that
one
it was
that?
like a bustling business.
It was in March. It was in March 2024, and that very day, I just left my accounting job to go full time into music. Yeah. And Stephen from the factory said, "Let's go for a beer and go to this gig at the Charles Dickens." And I lived 2 streets away from there. I'd never been. So I went there, brilliant gig, and I thought, exactly. Well, I'll have some of that.
So who was headlining? Do you remember who headlined?
Was on it. I just remember it being great. It was a very heavy.
I'm sure
night.
Oscar was playing drums and sound taking.
It could have been Primal Damnation or Kinzoku.
Kinzoku and
maybe
Primal Damnation. They played.
Maybe.
It was Kinzoku.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a heavy night. I remember that.
It was really great, and to be fair, I was be upfront and be fair. Harry was just amazing because he messaged me and said, "I want to put on gigs. Is this a problem? Is it going to step on your toes?" And I was straight away like, "No. I think it was it was such a because so often people just blunder in and do what they want, and then pick up the pieces afterwards. And it was really refreshing to have someone who's just open and honest. And I was like, yeah, why would it? It's just like 2 months, two gigs a month, 3 gigs a month. We can work together, and we've worked together brilliantly ever since. I think kind of done some co-promotion. We try and pop in and support each other's gigs as much as we can.
I also invite any local or far away that likes to commute promoters that are looking to put anything on at the Charles Dickens BuNker 11 to please hit us up. We want it to be a busy venue, and we're nearly getting there.
Well,
Harry's helped a lot with bloody almost every week sometimes in some months. You've had a few bi-monthly shows?
we have we've definitely stepped it up, and I just echoing that, any promoters that are out there that do want to get involved, Tim from Paralytic Promotions has come over and done 2 shows so far. One booked.
He's got another one booked.
Coming
up. That's it.
I get the feeling there'll be a lot more people booking it from autumn onwards now.
Yeah,
I hear
agreed.
People talking about it because the summer it can go a bit.
Now, especially now that it's got a name, now that it's a venue and not a pub's basement, and it's all in the branding.
More kudos, doesn't it? Well, just the Charles Dickens. BuNker 11.
Well, we've got pretty much a full backline there now, thanks to the the fundraiser that
brilliant that we all did.
Hopefully a stage eventually. But
we've
got more fundraisers on the way as well.
Yeah, I think
we've still got quite a few things to pay for.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to do a fundraiser in September.
September's a good time to sort of relaunch, because that is when the best time of year for live music, September through to Christmas generally, isn't it? Because the summer is quite hard with festivals and stuff like that. Really, a lot of people are away.
A lot of people are busy,
September to Christmas, in my many years of doing this, I've always found that's the strongest time. So start off with a good memorial. I'm not memorial. But
it's over.
Money raising. Money raising. Yes, but
definitely.
I'll quickly come in and ask, what gigs have you had yourself?
Myself.
In touring Greece and Belgium, and
that was good fun. Fat Problem have done our first EU tour. We hope to do more. We've had a brand new guitarist step in, Red Friday, who has taken the load of probably the biggest tour we've ever done very well. And we've got tons more music that we've just made that will hopefully we'll be able to take it to the next one. But Greece was great fun because it was all squats, all DIY. So I don't know.
What have you got coming up in this? The next ones?
What do I have coming up? We've got
big punk festivals.
Most of the big ones are gone. We've got Rebellion Festival. That's going to be amazing. Then we are playing with Inner Terrestrials this Saturday in Hastings.
Okay.
Don't ask me the venue because I can't remember.
No.
Probably with the Carlisle, I imagine.
Yeah.
Potentially. It's either that or the Pig. It might be the Pig because it's with Bring Your Nan Promotions, and the last time I played was Bring Your Nan Promotions.
Yeah, great.
Shout out.
Yeah, bring your nan to BuNker 11 because
bring your nan to BuNker 11.
Half price if you bring your nan.
Doug, would you like to come put a Bring Your Nan show on BuNker 11? I've said it here.
Awesome. And Harry, what have you got coming up? I know, but
Wow, busy season. We've got our main Hammerdown Festival. That's next month now. So that is 19th and 20th of July at Chalk and Dust in Brighton. Biggest thing we've ever done. We've added a second. Oh, keep knocking the mic. We've added a second stage. We've increased the amount of bands, and the whole reason for doing that is so we could get loads more local bands in, because it's so difficult when you've got to sell tickets and therefore need the big out of town bands to be able to give all the local bands the opportunities. So the more spaces you can open up, you can book the same amount of great nationally recognised talent and then stack the lineup with
more local.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of those will get picked up, and
that's the goal. So that's our big thing. Then we've got at the Factory, we've got Blaze Bailey, ex Iron Maiden, which is really cool. So that's in September. We've got my favourite new wave British heavy metal band, Praying Mantis, buzzing to have them at the Factory in October. And then we've
October.
October 18th, I think. And then
are you bringing Tigers back? Is that next
year?
We
will do next year. We're not booked it in with management yet. I was chatting to them yesterday, so that'll get locked in soon. Yeah, they did it in April, and it was such a good gig. It was a wicked gig. Yeah. It was a good night, wasn't it?
It was a very good night.
Yeah, it was good. Yes, loads. Busy as always. Loads going on.
Awesome.
Yeah. You also got that amazing, world famous Download headlining band playing a festival this year.
That's right.
Who are
Yes,
they? Bleed
band
Again?
called Bleed Again
Bleed
are
Again,
coming back
Bleed
to Hammerdown
Again.
for
Oh, yeah.
for a record-breaking 5th appearance at Hammerdown Festival.
Unplugged.
Oh,
They're
wow.
doing-
You know that?
Breaking.
Record breaking.
Have you told
way.
them that yet that they've got to play unplugged?
What's that?
Unplugged again, so he doesn't get to drum.
Oh right. You should get the cajon, mate.
I
I'm
was
serious.
going to
I know,
get the
yeah,
cajon.
you should do it. You should do it.
We were going to incorporate some
Yeah.
cajon into it. I think
I think there was no
for-
time, was there really? But
Yeah, for the same reason, a lot of issues happen in my life. I'm way too busy with my schedule, and I don't think I was able to attend any of their acoustic practices.
it's because you're in 53 bands. that's
But I
why.
learnt it all. I was ready
Yeah.
to go, but they
Nice.
took it safe this time. But I think next Unplugged, I'll be
Next
there.
time.
Yeah, we were
Nice.
talking earlier with Tim Timmington
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Unplugged. And,
Oh really? Oh nice.
Bleed,
Oh good.
Bleed Again and Crow God as well, I remember.
Yeah, we had some really cool stuff there. That my whole mantra with it was I don't want to know. What I didn't even look at any of the tech specs because I've heard what all the bands sound like, but I didn't check a single tech spec. Just forward it straight to the venue because I wanted to be surprised with what everybody did with
That's
their
how
set.
we had that full band play.
yeah, exactly. Because there was one band.
Creature.
Creature turned up, but they just replaced one
They
electric guitar
unplugged
with an
one
acoustic
instrument,
guitar.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Everyone
Okay,
else was
all right.
just
I
their
didn't
set.
know that, so it was an acoustic set.
There was an acoustic
Ish.
guitar in their set. Yeah.
It was great. No, it was great.
It
though.
was great, yeah, liven things up a bit. It was really nice, but yeah, it was nice to see bands like Crow God, who just never imagined doing that. Rex
Rex
was
were
amazing.
stunning, weren't they?
Oh
Rex, I'm
wow,
a big fan of
yeah,
Rex.
me too. Yeah, I had them at a show the other week actually, last week. They're just
I'm
they're
hoping
brilliant.
we can get Crow God and Rex to Bunker 11.
I would love to have both
Yeah.
of them there. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I don't think their energy's going to fit, to be honest with you.
I
They're
think
so
they will.
bouncing about.
Yeah,
you know,
Crow
they're
God
great.
we had booked in. They've had to
Yeah.
pull out, but they were going to play this Saturday. But
Got it.
it hasn't happened. But they're keen to come back in September.
Nice.
So we put them on there.
I discovered Crow God organically. I felt like a real fangirl that had met their heroes when I met them because I didn't know they were local. They just showed up on my Spotify and I was like, who are these? It's so good. The name, the visuals, and like the music is just, yeah, they've got like a cello section. He gets a cello, a bow. What do you call it? The things you.
Okay. Yeah,
it
they
bow?
had a violinist there.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got
Yeah.
a violin.
Yeah.
They did it unplugged.
For the Unplugged,
Yeah, they were
I'm
stunning.
gutted I missed the Unplugged.
Yeah. So, okay. Kev, do you want to wrap us up with one of your witty comments?
Not under pressure.
Very quickly, big up, believe in nothing. We're putting them on November.
Yep.
Is it December or November?
December.
December
And
the
that's going to
13th.
be at the new
At
Bunker
Bunker
11.
11,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's
It's
the
gonna
main
be
thing.
great.
Is to get your head around the fact that Charles Dickens is now going to be called Bunker 11.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep calling
BN11.
it Dickens. It's
My
like-
new
Yeah.
I
band
know.
is
It'll
also
take a
gonna
while.
play.
Yeah,
Take
it
a
will.
while.
It will.
We'll
I
get
have to
there.
put it in brackets on the posters
Yeah.
to start with because
Yeah.
people
Yeah, first
will
few
be
months.
saying, "Where is this
Where is Bunker 11?
That does,
Yeah.
you know how.
We'll get some signage outside.
Where is
Big
it?
neon signs
With-
with arrows pointing
tiny,
down like this.
tiny little in betweens, just BN11.
Yeah.
Where is BN11?
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, like posters. Have you found the bunker?
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
have I told you about my brand new band that's going to be performing on the night?
He's got a T-shirt before they played a gig.
Oh no,
that's
we're just
Another
performing
band.
with these
This is
guys.
another
No, this
band.
is his 17th
So
band.
not Great
Yeah,
Mother,
this
not Fat Problem, not Bleed Again,
or credentials or anything
or
like that.
Credentials. That's 4. There's
It's my fifth. It's 5 bands, I think. You've helped me count the bands
Have you got close?
because
five
I
bands.
couldn't. I could.
band
I
number
couldn't give
5
you-
is
Strain Hardcore. It's going to be
Strain.
great.
So
just
I,
spell
No doubt you'll be seeing them
STRAIN.
at the
Not-
at Bunker 11 soon, I'm sure.
Not like the Canadian band Strain, who was also a hardcore band. Apparently,
Okay.
that's a thing.
So
You can
you're
just take band
Strain
names
UK
now.
or Strain Worthing?
Strain UK, I suppose.
Just have the next couple of A's
Worthing.
and
We're
I's.
from Worthing. We're all from Worthing, apart
Awesome.
from our bassist.
I'll just say one little thing. They were practicing at Soundhouse Studios up the road, and I was working that shift. And Oscar, I was like, "Oh, Oscar, hello, mate." He said, "Oh, it's my new band. We're in the pink room upstairs.
Yeah, come have a listen."
Come and have a listen." And then they come down 3 hours later. All the other bands in the other rooms had gone, and he said, "Oh, you didn't pop up." I went, "Oh, no need, Oscar. I heard all of it perfectly.
I can hear it from
I
here.
heard all of it, and it
Loud
was
and
great. I heard every word. It was so loud."
Awesome. Okay, so thank you very
So
much.
we'll be seeing
And
definitely at Bunker 11, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we'll see you at Bunker 11 shortly for more fun and action and gigs and fundraising and get involved, everyone. Come down to Bunker 11 It's like the home of grassroots music in,
Yes,
in
it is.
Worthing.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, we really enjoyed, and we're hoping to see more of those like live original bands on at Worthing Festival next year as well. Some of those bands represented on the stages would be really good.
I would like to put a BuNker 11 small stage, very heavily acoustic.
You heard it here first.
Small but very loud.
Very
Small but very loud.
soundproofed stage.
So it have to be a very
BuNker
sound-
11.
Like a cocoon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, make a little marquee with acoustic lining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
you
do
could
it.
do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
yeah,
mean, you could. Yeah.
I mean, it's my PA. Well, is it my PA? Have I donated it? I think I've donated it.
Yeah.
I've donated
The one that
it.
needs fixing now, yeah.
Yeah, it's we're down an amp, but the bass subs have a satellite out, so these upcoming 2 shows are going to be all right. Hopefully,
They'll be fine.
we'll
Say
replace it.
Right.
We've got a drum kit on the way. Sorry to elongate this, but I've got some good news. If you haven't already found out, I think via the group chat, the Dan the lighting man
Damn, the
is
lighting.
on his way
Is he?
with the old lighting rig
From Greece, is he?
the latest music bar. They're
Hey.
rebranding. They've got a new
Oh,
setup.
okay.
So
what?
we have some fundraisers to fund, but he said that he's happy to just install it and wait. Maybe.
Wow.
I can't
Wow.
confirm that.
Wow.
I can't confirm that entirely. It's all in the workings, but we're going to soon have a real lighting
Proper
console.
Console and everything. Oh.
Yep.
Wow,
And
okay.
I've also just purchased a drum kit that I haven't brought in yet because I'm going to reskin it with the logo.
Oh, okay.
But we now have a full house kit that's not my kit that I've left there.
Okay, well, that
Brilliant.
completes the backline then.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
we just
yeah.
need a stage, so, you know.
Maybe one
And
more
some
cab.
signage.
Signage. Well, Mark's going to do
One
signage.
more guitar cab as well, just in
Nice.
case there's 2 guitars needed.
Yeah.
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 But that's later.
Awesome. So, amazing. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us. It's been great fun.
BuNker
Cheers.
11, BN11.
11, yes.
Hey. Hello, and so this month one of our guests is Tim Timmington, who on his Instagram describes himself as a music producing, guitar playing, top hat wearing, bearded bloke. Someone who I'm really privileged to see perform fairly recently when I landed in Brighton at Dalton's and saw him playing an amazing unplugged set with singer Hannah Lewis, who I know from across the sea. And they did an amazing set at Dalton's. How did you find that, Kim?
Yeah, it was an amazing gig. I was really privileged to play down in Brighton. I haven't played there very often, only a few times. It was a really cool gig of seeing some of the local metal bands playing acoustic unplugged shows. Was really quite cool, and to get to play my own songs and to work with Hannah on that was really cool. Yeah.
Well, I thought the whole afternoon was really special.
Yeah.
I just literally walked through the door as you guys were playing. I think later on I saw Bleed Again play unplugged.
Yeah, their set was really cool.
And,
Yeah.
Crow God were just like stunning with like the violin and just like
Yeah.
would not expect that kind of music
Yeah.
from a band that even really sounds completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Harry did really well there.
Yes. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you first of all, well, that was kind of second of all, how you know, I know you're kind of an LA Littlehampton guy, but you know part of the Worthing music scene. How did you become part of the local Worthing music scene?
So it started with my old band. We used to play, I don't know when we started, 2012, something like that. Small Town Silence. We used to play in Littlehampton, a few gigs in there, here and there. And we met Charged.
Yep.
Met those guys, and they said, "Oh, do you want to come and do a gig with us over in Worthing?" And they invited us over to play Bar 42, which I think most people in Worthing would know.
So that would be what, about 2015, somewhere around there? Or?
I think it was earlier that.
Earlier
Might have
than
been 2013, something like that. Yeah,
Okay,
our
yeah,
second year of
early Bar
playing.
42 days.
Yeah,
Did it have
yeah.
a stage then? Did it have a proper?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, sort of like a bare bones
Bare
stage.
bones, yeah.
Yeah, not the full one they ended up
No,
with,
no,
but
no.
it was before that. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you played quite a few times at Bar 42.
Yeah, yeah, we did a few of those, sort of many gigs, mainly midweek
Yeah.
things.
What
but
are your kind of fondest memories of Bar 42? Any particularly good or even particularly bad gigs that you know that stand out?
I try and block out the bad ones. I mean, I know we were always quite nervous in our early days, just sort of standing there looking down at your guitar, not wanting. But once we got on into it, and it was very encouraging there. Sort of everyone that sort of saw you there was always very friendly and sort of wanted you to play more, and it was always encouraging. I think favourite things is we did our album launch there towards the end of the band, and we sort of packed the place out, and we were supported by Tales of Autumn as well, which was quite. I'm trying to follow that with their singer. It's like, oh god,
intimidating.
But that was one of my favourite gigs we played. I had a load of gigs that I always enjoyed going over there and just seeing many gigs like King Leviathan and Bleed Again and many.
Just didn't know what you were going to get, did you?
Well, no, from one week to the next. Some weeks. I mean, we were always like feeling like, guys, like, we need a band this weekend. It's like, can you do it? It's like, yeah, right, why not? Sometimes we were sort of like grungy kind of rock stuff, but sometimes we'd be on punk lineups, sometimes metal lineups, but we didn't really care. So,
mix it up. It's a bit like what we're doing at the Dickens, I guess.
Yeah.
So now you're mostly doing solo. I know you performed with Hannah, but mostly solo stuff. Do you want to tell us about like your music production that you're doing and kind of projects that you're doing at the moment?
So I do solo acoustic stuff, and sometimes I have Hannah as a guest on to sing some songs, because most of my stuff tends to be instrumental, but I find audiences can struggle with that a little bit sometimes. They don't quite get it, but so give something that they can enjoy as well. But, so I started mainly doing that. And I went to Waterbear College and sort of learned how to do production, and sort of it's grown from there. And I've been working all sorts of songs. I did a doom metal song with big sort of orchestral choir vocals that Hannah did for me as well. She was fantastic on that. She did like ridiculous amount of layers of vocals. I can't imagine
Hannah singing on doom metal. So I'm looking forward to this.
Have a look at it. Yeah. So, and I've made music for myself, and sort of just.
That's always a good place to start.
Found my sort of artistic freedom, and just sort of sit down at the computer or whatever and see what comes out. So end up doing like a hip hop track and some sort of psychedelic stuff. And
I guess you probably listen to all sorts of genres.
Yeah. I mean, I don't tend to listen to hip hop, but it just sort of happens. So I had to like delve into it, just like see how it should be sort of sounded, and which is great. And I love doing that. It's just why the part I used to love Barfoot too, just finding different genres of music and mashing things up and just making things that technically might not work, but just see if it does.
So you've got an EP coming out, I believe, possibly in July.
Yes, that's the plan, to get it out in July. It's a collab project. The idea of it is to I made a song, and I've given it to two different singers. Just to see what they would do with it. It just sort of was an experiment, and how a song can change depending on the vocalist. And I think it's worked really well. One of them is
both male, both female.
One male, one female. One of them was James Lane, who's he does Rainy Seasons now, and he used to be in a band that we used to play Barfoot to, and I can't remember what they were called. Sorry, James.
You can put it in the comments.
And he did a fantastic job, sort of clean vocals to start, and then went into sort of metal vocals, sort of the harsh vocals towards the end. And then on the internet, I found a female singer from the Ukraine. And she does it sort of a bit more sort of pop female vocals over the top of it, and it completely changes the feel of the song. So a really cool sort of experiment I feel done. Hopefully people will like it. The EP will be called Different Voices. It should be out at the end of July.
And where will people find it? On your Bandcamp or Spotify?
Yes, most of the streaming services like Spotify and YouTube and all of the ones. Anyway, you can usually find your music if you put Timmington in.
Yes.
You should be able to find it. Look out for the logo with the top hat.
Awesome. So thank you very much. So
No problem.
wanted to thank you massively for turning up today. And
No,
fairly
thank you.
short notice.
Thank you. No, thank you for
And the
having
last
me,
thing
yeah.
I wanted to say is that so at the end of the podcast we're going to have a track by yourself.
Yes,
that's gonna play
yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
podcast, do you briefly just want to say what that track is titled and what it's about?
That is that's called Tomb, and that is going to be off that EP coming up. I've sent you over like a little snippet of that, so people can hear it and see if they like it.
Excellent. So do watch the rest of the podcast, guys. But at the end of the podcast, we're gonna have,
watch the rest. Of it.
a couple of tracks at the end of the podcast, and we'd love to get some feedback on that. And we'll try and put some links to Tim's music in the comments underneath the YouTube video. And thank you so much again.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Train of Thought Presents would like to welcome Matt Bonnner to talk to us this evening. So, Matt, what are you? You're a musician? Yeah.
I am indeed. I'm me. Hello, thanks for having me. I started off as a very, very acoustic singer-songwriter, and then I've kind of evolved slightly from that and kind of added more and more sound every time I've recorded, really.
Okay.
So still me, but just with a little bit more going
production.
on a more production on a track. Yeah.
Do you produce yourself or?
I work really closely with a really good friend of mine called Gaz Marlow. We do a lot together, and this is the first time kind of on the stuff I'm looking at the moment where I've really had a good go at looking at it more myself.
Right.
I did the classic years ago. You're looking at 2010, 2011, where whilst kind of doing the acoustic scene, someone going, "Oh, can I help record an album?" and then listen to everything that person said and put out something that definitely never sounded like me.
Didn't sound like no, but you sort of
learn.
give in to them a little. Well, that's the only way to learn, isn't it? Generally, is to cock it up like that. I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've played with him, and also you've played with McPherson, I believe. Is that right?
Oh, I have indeed. I've been really, really lucky. So I've done quite a few gigs with Dave McPherson now and Gaz. Gaz and I did a couple of tours around the UK. Dave and kind of London, Brighton. Done some stuff in Worthing way back when as well. So we've been over the south.
That was back in the days of 42, as you were saying earlier. So
Yeah.
Oh. Which is sadly missed by Train of Thought Presents, isn't it? Sadly missed by
Very much
Worthing.
So yeah.
The good old days before the furry walls and after the furry walls.
Yes,
But what a great venue that was.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're gradually trying to. I don't think anything could replace it, but hopefully with the BuNker, which we'll be talking about later.
We're building something up at the Dickens.
Yeah,
soon to
yeah.
be
Yeah,
renamed
which
any second now.
Sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to that at the weekend. And but also kind of Worthing does seem to be having a bit of a resurgence, which is nice. You know, you had the festival that's just happened, and it's nice to kind of see a lot of local stuff happen there. That could have been a few years ago, kind of people shipped in.
Yeah.
But there is a little scene there, isn't there? And
There's more going on underneath, bubbling under now.
Yeah.
And we are hoping, I mean, to be honest, I think there's going to be a lot
Yeah,
come
we've
the
got-
autumn, because summer's always quite an odd time for music because of the festivals, because everyone's off to Glastonbury, etc.
yeah, very true. Everyone's off elsewhere,
So,
enjoying
yeah,
the music.
although
in
we've
the
lost
sun.
42, we've definitely got the Cellar, we've got the Dickens, soon to be BuNker, stuff going on at the Toad.
Well, hopefully, I mean,
Spartan.
I'm hoping, because I've done a couple of gigs at Audio Active, we've done the couple, we're hoping come the autumn, that'll take on and do a fair few more as well. That could be another, slightly bigger, but not that big.
But I think that's the bit that's missing, really. I think that just that next step within Worthing maybe.
The sort of 100, 120,
Yeah.
somewhere like the
I
equivalent of the
definitely
Albert. I've been saying ever since I moved here, if we had the Albert,
If we
It
could
would
just
be
pick it up and
perfect.
drop it down.
yeah, it would be absolutely
Definitely.
fantastic.
I think Audio Active will do well. It's about 100 cap, isn't it? With,
Yeah.
with a
perfect.
stage, decent lighting and PA, and there's some work to do on the PA. But
Yeah, we're hoping-
we'll get there.
Yeah, we will get there. Yes,
We'll get there.
but-
So more recently, so we've just kind of done historically and Bar 42. So you've got a new EP coming out in August, I believe, haven't you? It's No Longer Young. And then you're launching, doing a launch gig at the Brunswick in Hove, is that right?
I am indeed. The Brunswick was the first place when I moved back to Brighton after uni that I ever did an open mic. So it felt like I haven't done anything for a while. I haven't released anything for 5 years. I haven't done a huge amount of gigging. I essentially went into teaching and had a child.
Yeah.
So a
Right.
few things got in the way.
Yeah.
That meant that it just felt like a right place to do it, really. So I'm going to go back there, which is really exciting. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's the first time I've really gone, I know exactly what I want this all to sound like. I think I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Gaz is doing amazing at kind of going, is that how you do it? Maybe like this. So kind of showing me how to, rather than going, I've got you and I can do this for you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more of a collaborative / me leading the way, which is great. Great fun.
And
Nice
are you going
get
to come
back
and
in
play
it.
in Worthing shortly after that as well?
Yeah, so
We've
I was about to say, I'm
we've
sure-
parachuted him into the Dickens, soon to be the BuNker, to open this coming Saturday.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
Our podcast fundraising gig.
Yes.
happy days. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The rest of the lineup sounds incredible. I had a nice listen last night as well, so I'm really excited
Yeah,
to see
written in
what the
red.
BuNker will be.
I mean, the
Exciting.
Brunswick, do you know the basement of the Brunswick?
Yeah, the cellar. Yeah.
Well, it's quite similar.
Oh,
I would
incredible.
say it's got a very similar vibe to the.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. You're not playing in a fireplace, which you are in there.
Well, you know.
But no, it's a low ceiling and it has got a very similar sort of Berlin vibe or something like that. You know, the sort of a European sort of underground bunker.
Oh, incredible. And that's what we need, just a nice kind of array of venues that aren't all being stuck
Pristine.
in a... Yeah, pristine is one way, and all...
Because it's certainly not pristine.
But that rough and ready's good.
no,
Rough and
yeah,
ready is very good.
No, it's mostly punk and metal, but we'll mix up the genres as we go on, I think.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So thank you very much. So I think we're gonna put one of your tracks, I believe, onto the end of the podcast.
Amazing.
So do you want to say a little bit about that, and then maybe just throw in your social media handles, your links, your Instagram, your whatever it is, throw that into the chat now if you'd like.
Amazing. So the track that you're going to add on is called I Sail to You. I initially wrote it, I want to say 14 years ago, and it's definitely been an acoustic track for a long time. And this is the first time that we've really given it the kind of full texture approach to it. So it's definitely had a bit of an upgrade. It's a song that really means a lot to me because it was written about a time when I first moved back to Brighton, came back, and I first started to do music. I kind of fell into it really. Music-wise, and it's always one that stuck with me. So it definitely needed its place on the mantelpiece. It just has taken a little time to put it there.
Awesome. And where can people find you online in terms of,
So
Spotify,
I'm on.
Bandcamp, Instagram, whatever?
Here we go. See if I
Go
can
on.
remember it all.
Yeah,
Right.
go.
So I'm
Test.
Matt Bonnner on Spotify. You'll see my lovely face. So that's me. I am mattbonneruk.bandcamp.com, and there's quite a back catalogue on there. And I'm at mattbonneruk on Instagram.
Well remembered.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So big thanks from Top
Yeah,
Percent,
thank
from
you.
myself and from Kev.
Amazing. No, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to kind of coming and gigging with you at the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
looking forward to it.
Nice
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, so this month's listings. So we've kind of covered most of them already in a way because we had Harry on talking about Hammer Down, which is at Chalk and Dust, coming up in Brighton, and at Cellar Arts Club. Next month we've got Lewis Floyd Henry, who's playing on Saturday, July the 19th. There's Punkiest Noises from Kev on July the 20th.
Is it the 20th? I was, but
20th.
yes, it's normally the third Sunday.
Any
yeah.
particular?
No, I've literally only finished the one so I will be booking those in the next few days.
Yep, that could be anything. Who knows? Could be a tombola if
Yeah.
you're lucky. They've got some poetry with some DJs on Thursday the 17th.
Okay.
I think that's Gary Goodman, possibly, that one. And they've got some comedy on Thursday the 24th, which is by Rob Barrett. Okay, so the other gig that I'd like to mention is at the Factory Live at the start of July on a Sunday. So that's Peter in the Test Tubes with support from local band Dead Red Lips. And then really excited to put on a Portsmouth-based punk band called Acid Attack.
Oh, it's Acid
Like
Attack,
a
isn't
1980s old-school punk band, real part of the punk scene in the 80s on the South Coast. I saw them at Victorious last year, and I really wanted to put them on, and I'm really privileged to say that they're going to come across and play that gig. So that's Acid Attack. Love them. So we hope you've enjoyed this 7th edition of our podcast. I think we've clocked up... I'm going to make up a number now. 4,727 views so far across all of our podcasts. It's probably somewhere in that region, actually.
Yeah.
And so we're going to wrap it up with our usual. It's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Panic breaths and change. Things in life rearrange. It doesn't mean I'm failing. Life isn't all plain sailing. I sail to you. I drifted on through. Oh, tell me why I should have stayed. Tell me why I shouldn't have run away. I tried so hard to not go under. Tell me why I should have stayed. Tell me why I shouldn't have run away. I tried so hard to not go under. I wasn't supposed to be here. But I ran away through fear. I ran so far, yeah, I ran straight into your arms. And you took me in and you protected me from all harm. I think about how I really feel. 10 years ago, this life would seem real. Tell me why I should have stayed. Tell me why I shouldn't have run away. I tried